In the 50s, something like this, Lacan drew this schema. I find this schema difficult, but in the same time quite enlightening for me to understand many situations, situation of speech, no? Not only in the clinical setting, but everywhere. This schema is a little bit complicated, but I will try to simplify and make some maybe example. So basically, in the beginning, I was asking, the communication schema is very simple. A send the message to B, and that's all. No? How is it in psychoanalysis? So let's put it like this. So in this section, in this side, we have a small a, which is the ego. Okay. Here we have S, which is the subject of the unconscious. So we said that the subject is divided. So there is the ego and there is the unconscious. Okay? So it's different than the communication schema. There are already, the sender is not just one. The person who emits the message and the subject is different. There is me, let's say there is I, ego, talking, but there is something else talking. So it's already more complicated. And then there is A1, let's say. The letters A is because it's in French, autre means other. So this is me, ego, and this is the other. The other, the similar person. No? All these small others, all the other people around me, all the person. And here, so here is A first, one, no? Which double this is the same letter, no? And here is the big, there is the capital letter. So Lacan makes a distinction between the small other and the big other, which means that this is the person I am talking to, let's say the physical person, no? My neighbor, my sister, my cousin, my friend. But this is what I'm really talking to. It's difficult to say, no? We can say when a child was born, he was born in a big other, in a society, in a group, in a family. Maybe the mother, we can say, is the first person to be in this position of the other. Usually the mother is the first to take care of this kid, so is the first person to occupy this position of the other. No? But there is a distinction between this position and the physical person who is there at that time. No? I was thinking some people who have problems with the father, maybe they have problems with the law later in life, no? Because the father occupied this position of the law. But you see, there is a divide between the two things. So this is already more complex representation than A send the message to B, because we already question who is speaking, who is talking, to whom. We can say this from A to A1 is the communication schema. No? Here on this line, A send the message to B. And Lacan called it the imaginary relation. But in psychoanalysis, we have all these other dimensions. The subject of the unconscious and the other. And this is going on all the time. without us being aware of it. But this line was more interesting for us. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, the small other, it's the individual, whereas it's the big other, it's cultural society as a whole. Can we say that?
It can
Which
be
kind of
society, it can be the system, it can be, let's call it, let's not identify with someone or with something. No, it's the place we are referring to. There is always something we are referring to, unless maybe psychosis is different. Let's say this is for neurosis, no? So the boy, when the kid at birth is shouting to someone, no, to this other. We don't know we don't know who is in this place of the other. It can change, no? Take the relationship, the transference. Caso was talking about someone yelling at the therapist, no? It's incredible. It seems incredible, no? Who is really yelling to? No, we don't know. There is something fictional. There is an exchange of place. The analyst should try to occupy this position. The analyst should try to be here. It's a disaster if the analyst is here.